I wanna have a little chat tonight. It is June 2nd. June 2nd, 2020. The world is in complete turmoil and chaos, and I don't know if it's ever gonna get back to normal. I don't even know what normal is. And normal basically brings me to my point of tonight's little chat. I want to talk about ideological subversion. Do you know what that is? There was an ex-KGB agent, Yuri Bezmenov, and he basically said that America was doomed for destruction because we have been in this stage for years on top of years that is basically called, it's ideological subversion. It's a 4-step deal. The first step is demoralization. They demoralize the population. They demoralize the black people in their hoods, which they didn't always live in hoods. So you racist assholes out there, just simmer down. No, I'm not saying every black person lives in a hood, but they demoralize the black people that live in the hoods. They demoralize the white people that live in the hoods. They demoralized every human being on this face of the earth. They beat them down. They destroyed them. They made them feel hopeless. Okay, that's always the first step to any psychological operation, any Psyop. Second step is destabilization. They disrupt everything. Everything. They destabilize everything. Your social norms, everything you believe in, they just crush everything. They destroy every sense of rationality that you have, every bit of faith that you have in anything. They turn everything upside down on its head. They make people so confused or so illiterate that they don't know or understand what is happening to them. Second step is a crisis. Well, they always need a good crisis, don't they? Don't they? They, take it from the words of Obama's underlings. Never let a good crisis go to waste. Right, Holder? They never let a good crisis go to waste. Well, crisis ushered in a whole new world order. And the last step is normalization. And that's the step that we're in right now. They are normalizing insanity. They have normalized insanity. They've normalized that people need to walk around with a mask on their face. They need to cover their mask. They need to cover their face with a mask. That is normalizing insanity. What else have they done? They normalized riots in the street. Oh, they're not riots. They're just peaceful protesters. They're just peaceful protesters out for a midnight stroll in the city where bricks were placed out for them and all the good times. Perfectly normal situation that we're living in right now. It's all normal. Just go to sleep, America. You'll be fine. We are in a serious crisis right now in America. And it has touched everybody. It's hit everybody in pretty much right on the chin. We have been... The old New World Order gave us the knockout blow. All right? And they really did. They swung and they hit us with the uppercut. Now, the question is, what are we going to do about it? Now, I've tried to make numerous videos on what needs to be done about it, but those don't upload. I guess they say stuff that YouTube doesn't think that I should be allowed to upload. So I'm not going to say any of what I said in my last 5 shots, but what I will say is it's time for people to start looking back into history. Okay? We are reliving the French Revolution. These people on the streets are the Jacobins. And I'm not saying they don't have good intentions, because many of them on the street do. Many of them that are protesting have something that they really have faith in, that they really have belief systems in, that they want to do a good thing. But the problem is, no half measures ever work. Okay? You can't be all in and think that I was there and things happened and buildings got burned and I may or may not have held a Molotov cocktail for somebody, but I swear to you I didn't throw it. Man, once you're in that situation, you're part of the problem. Okay? You've been brainwashed to believe that racism in America is so prevalent, it's so overwhelming that it is time to burn the cities to the ground. That's what you've been led to believe. And you've been led to believe that through Mockingbird media. And if you're not hip to all this, Mockingbird media. Why do I call it Mockingbird? Well, in the 1950s, the Mockingbird Press, that there was government agencies running our media, and it started back then. What do you think Anderson Cooper is? He's a CIA shill. It's Anderson Blooper, dude. Look at the guy. Look at him. Look at him. He's a left-wing, far-left person who's there to disrupt. He's there to screw you all up and destabilize everything that you believe. Everything that he wants you to believe, you guys run into the streets over. Even though who's his mom again? Right, yeah, another rich, a rich white guy telling black people to riot in the streets. At the same time, you call us racist. You call every white people racist, but when you're listening to real white racists telling you to riot, not telling you to riot, just telling everybody else that it's acceptable that if you riot. It's all insanity. You're being played. This game is ideological subversion. You're being forced to do this, and you don't even know why. You don't even know why. Did you know George Floyd? Did you call him? Did you have breakfast with him? Did you have dinner with him? Did you have a porno with him? Don't get me wrong, dude. I don't judge. Whatever. But who is this man? Who is this guy? Who is George Floyd? You don't even know him. You don't even know him. And you're running around acting crazy. Why? Because the Mockingbird media told you to run around acting crazy. So they demoralized us back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. They destabilized us. They got us to believe that 2 planes flew into 2 buildings and 3 buildings collapsed at free fall speed, and they caught the guy in, he was hiding in caves, but they caught him in Pakistan later on while on dialysis. And if that ain't destabilizing the American people, then I don't know what is. Just saying. Crisis. Have we not been in constant crisis for years on end? constant crisis, constant insanity. If it's not North Korea, it's Russia. If it's not Russia, it's China. If it's not the people on the streets, it's the people in the burbs. If it's not the people in the burbs who have the hillbilly heroin problem, it's the people in the ghettos with the heroin and the crack. There's constant crisis. It never, ever, ever, ever stops. They throw so much fucking crisis at you that you don't even know what the frick you're talking about anymore. Before you know it, people don't even want to look at history. They don't even want to look at the world around them. All they want to do is bury themselves in their frickin' iPhones. And that brings me to normalization. How do they normalize us? They normalized all that stuff as to be a normal reaction to life. A normal situation that we just need to deal with. This is all normal. Go back to sleep, America. Don't worry. Your government will protect you. Don't worry. It's normal to have people rioting and looting in the streets. It's completely normal. Do not worry about it. Yuri Bezmenov was biggest concern was the fact that they've been doing this to us, to America, for over 40 years. The average ideological subversion tactic is between 2 to 5 years that they pull this shit. And it's a pretty much 100% that after 2 to 5 years, they'll get what they want out of it. Here's the catch. They've been doing this to us since they shot JFK, and maybe beforehand. And it's been a never-ending loop over and over again. Demoralization, destabilization, crisis, normalization, then punches in the nose. Over and over and over and over again. You gotta understand that Yuri Bezmenov told you that it doesn't matter if you have a rational thought. It won't matter because nobody even knows what the truth is anymore. When you hit people with this tactic so frickin' much that you could tell them a goat just flew up someone's ass and it actually came out their mouth and flew away into outer space, guess what? The people are actually going to believe that that goat literally flew up their ass, came out their mouth, and flew up into outer space and was laughing at them on the way up. This is called a psychological operation, people, and it's time you wake up. I'm going to end this off with the title. For my boy, JJ. Sorry for your loss. The quote that needs to be said was from Thomas Jefferson. I will take a dangerous freedom over safety and security any day. And you too. You all should as well. America, pray. Get right with God. Do something. Everything we're doing right now is part of the plan. It's time to find a way away from the plan. Or don't. I don't know what else to tell you.